Two Colombian FARC rebels have been killed in combat with security forces. It happened just days after a peace deal was signed to end more than 50 years of fighting. According to the Colombian army, the shooting started when rebels trespassed beyond their assigned zones in the northern state of Bolivar. This is the first time the bilateral ceasefire has been broken. Mariana Palau is following events from the capital, Bogota. She says the ceasefire violation could reverse months of hard-earned progress.
According to the army, soldiers stationed in the Colombian state of Bolivar were conducting an operation against uniformed and armed men who were violently extorting local businessmen and ranchers. Now, apparently, the FARC thought these were members of the ELN. That's the country's second largest guerrilla group after the FARC, of course. The two FARC members died in combat during that operation, and then a third member surrendered. The army were able to figure out from what he conveyed that they had just killed two members of the FARC's 37th Front. The army has said that this is not a violation of the bilateral ceasefire, that this was actually the FARC violating it first because it was them that conducted the illegal activities first. But the FARC seem to disagree. Their representatives say that the army's version of events is very hard to believe, that these FARC members wanted to make their way to zones where the government has allowed them to concentrate in. So right now, the only option is that the tripartite monitoring mechanism for the verification of bilateral ceasefire, they need to study this case carefully and decide if this was a violation of the bilateral ceasefire. If the army's version of events happens to be true, then this indicates that the FARC and the government need to come to an agreement on the peace deal rather soon, because the longer they wait, then the more fragile this ceasefire will become. The FARC are in a state of limbo. They are basically waiting to demobilize. They have depended up until now on these illegal activities for sustenance, and they have no alternative because the peace process is stalled. There is a lot of fear right now in the country that if this peace process is not dealt with rather soon, then the FARC will go back to their illegal activities.